everyone, welcome to Revolution Games Academy. In this video, the Animator system and animation states. Whether you're a beginner in Unity or animation, don't worry, we'll break everything down step by step. By the end of this tutorial, you'll confidently use the Animator controller and animation states to create smooth, captivating animations for your game characters and objects. Let's get started. The Unity Animator system is a powerhouse for managing animations in your game. It allows you to define transitions between animations based on conditions or logic. This means your game characters can behave more naturally by linking their animations to specific actions like walking, jumping, or running. For example, imagine your character gracefully switching from walking to jumping as you press a key or trigger an in-game event. The Animator system makes this seamless and organized. At its core, it operates through two key components, the Animator component and the Animator controller. The Animator component is like the engine of your animation system attached to your game objects. However, on its own, it doesn't know which animations to play. That's where the Animator controller comes in, a smart system that acts as the brain deciding which animation to play and when. Think of it this way. The Animator component is your vehicle, and the Animator controller is the driver, deciding the route and stops along the way. Without the Animator controller, your game object wouldn't know which animation to display or when to transition between them. In the Animator controller, you'll set up animation states, each representing a specific animation. For instance, states like idle, walking, and jumping correspond to animation clips. These clips contain the visual and motion data for your character during these actions. Picture this. When your character stands still, the idle animation plays. When they start moving, the walking animation kicks in. And when they leap into the air, the jumping animation takes over. The Animator controller seamlessly manages these transitions, making your character's movements feel lifelike and immersive. The Animator window is your creative playground. This visual workspace lets you drag and drop animations, create transitions between states, and define conditions for switching animations. The connections between states are managed using parameters. These parameters act like triggers that tell Unity when to switch animations. For example, a bool parameter can indicate whether your character is jumping, while a float parameter can control movement speed. Unity's Animator system keeps getting better with each update. Recent improvements include drag-and-drop transitions for smoother workflows, enhanced zoom functionality for larger projects, and node grouping to organize complex animation trees. Additionally, the animation window now provides real-time previews allowing you to tweak animations before running the game. These updates make the Animator system even more intuitive and efficient, helping you create polished animations with ease. Let's create a 3D plane and a capsule. In the hierarchy, right-click or click the plus button, go to 3D Object and select Plane, then add a capsule the same way. Now let's get hands-on with setting up the Animator. First, add the Animator component to your game object. Select your game object in the hierarchy window, go to the inspector and click Add Component. Search for Animator and add it. This links your game object to the Animator system. Next, create an Animator controller. In the project window, right-click in the Assets area, choose Create, and then select Animator Controller. Name it something meaningful, like Character Animator. Drag this controller into the Animator component on your game object to connect to them. With that done, it's time to create animations. Right-click in the Assets window and select Create, and then Animation. Give your animation a name like Move Animation. Use the animation window to record and edit keyframes, which define how your game object moves, rotates, or scales over time. Once your animations are ready, organize them in the Animator window. Open it by selecting your Animator controller and clicking the Animator tab. Drag and drop your animation clips into the workspace, assigning them to states like idle, walking, or jumping. Create transitions by right-clicking a state and selecting Make Transition. This defines how your character switches from one animation to another. Control these transitions using parameters such as float, int, bool, and trigger. These parameters respond to user input or gameplay events in real time. For example, a float parameter can control the character's speed, triggering a transition from walking to running. A bool parameter can handle states like jumping or crouching, while a trigger parameter is perfect for one-time events like special attacks. Mastering these parameters will make your animations responsive, dynamic, and deeply interactive. By combining the Animator component, Animator controller, and animation states, you gain full control over animations in Unity. Whether your character is walking, jumping, or performing an epic move, the Animator system ensures smooth transitions and dynamic behavior. This was just an introduction to Unity animations, where we covered an overview of animation transitions and parameters. Don't worry, we'll be diving much deeper into these topics in the upcoming videos, along with so much more to level up your animation skills. Keep experimenting, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Happy animating!